So I did some investigative research on April, which is a complete out of left field move, and I found out it's Autism Awareness Month. Who would have guessed that? I would have guessed. Shit, I didn't ask you! Alright, Jesus. Do I have a sing in this? I recently screamed at the other guy. What do you think I'm gonna do to you? Christ. So autism, am I right? No, you're not right. Shut it. Now, autism is something else. Literally, autism description can literally be shortened down to you think differently. So, what's my experience been with autism? Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, spoiler alert. I have autism. I guess no. So, what's my experience been with autism? Well, I can't really say what it's like to have autism compared to normal people, because I don't know what it's like to be normal. But I can safely say that I have always been different. I've never really fit in with my two older brothers. Yeah, overall I've just been a different case, and I've thought differently, and and if I'm unaware of something, and my mom tells me to do something I don't know how to do, I'll just guess my way out of it. I can also only take so much info at once. As I said, in an intelligent way, autism just means you're built differently up here in your brain. You think differently. The way you perceive something like a Lego figure is different to what another person would perceive it as. Present to a normal person with something, and then someone with autism with something, with the same thing, their reaction won't be the same. Autism is a different way of thinking, is what I said. And that is correct. If you present, say, something new to a normal person and an autistic person, their reactions would be different. Because they perceive info differently. Their brain develops differently. Their brain handles info differently. That's at least my experience with autism. Now, where does it come from? Not vaccines. There have been many articles, written about where autism itself comes from. Lots of them are wrong. So I'm going to get the obvious one out of the way. Vaccines? No. I got vaccinated. I was born with with my autism. So if your child has autism, that has nothing to do with the vaccines, and more to do with your family. Because probably the biggest cause of autism is your genetics, your family. Autism comes from your genes. You inherit them. I don't know who I inherited my autism from, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's my father. He is quite similar to some of my autism symptoms and my behavior. And let's get the stupid one out of the way. Milk. False out of Peter's ass. There was an article linking to autism to milk. However, that article has since been debunked. And I was going to complain about the fact that autism is treated as a disease, as an illness, as something that is evil, that turns your child from this wonderful being into this stupid retard. Stop that. No. Shoot. Fuck out of here. Autism is not a disability. It's a different ability. That's how every thing similar to it should be treated. Got ADHD? You're not ill. You just think differently. That's how we should treat stuff like this. Of course, there are treatments to make your life easier. I wouldn't know of any, because I haven't been. Is there a cure for autism? I hope there doesn't exist one, or I sure as shit hope there doesn't become one. I don't want to be cured. A lot of people perceive autism mothers really harshly, and I can understand why. A lot of mothers, when they find out their child has autism, just start complaining about autism, saying they know everything about autism, and choose to ignore their child. I cannot relate to this. My mother is fantastic. She's just the best in the world. I love my mother to death, and I will always do that. She is probably the person that knows me the best. Now, my dad doesn't know me as well, but he was also busy with work when I grew up, and he was constantly working to make sure we could have a stable living. Shout out to my dad, and shout out to my mother. Please do not dock them. Yeah. I was lucky with my family. I consider myself to be lucky with the family I got. And you should be happy about your family too, if your family is great. If you don't like your family, take it up with them. Bring it up. Because I'm sure they want to help you. That is their job, after all, if they feel like that. Sue them. Now, of course, no one's perfect. There are a lot of cases of people with autism being absolute jerks. I couldn't be one of them. I probably perceived like one, but that was probably because I was an unaware dipshit. But still, of course, this is less to do with autism, more to do with the fact that we aren't perfect. A lot of people say, oh, you're autistic? You probably know a lot about this. No, I don't. Like, hello? I like Lego, I don't know a lot about fucking World War II. That's the other autistic person, you know, we're not the same. Also, another thing is, a lot of people with autism think, oh, you don't look that autistic. Yeah, autism isn't something that affects your looks, it's something that affects the way you fucking think, you idiot. Some people say, my aunt suffers from more autism more than you. I don't give a shit, I didn't ask about her. Now shoot, let me eat my Cheerios in peace. How the hell did you even get in my house? Yeah, some people say that. Not the last part, but the part about the parts that use autism. Now, of course, I have some brilliant news, and you're gonna love them. It's the fact that autism numbers are increasing. This isn't because there's more people with autism, it's because more people are getting an autism diagnosis. More undiagnosed children are getting diagnosed with autism. And this is a great thing, because we need to spread awareness about this. Shout out to April. Gotta be one of my favorite months. I wonder why. That's it. Yeah. I guess I can say now, thanks for watching this wild ride of a video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go do something completely stupid.